Good evening. Every single soul in the world. Somehow I am having only one user, in my chat right now, and I'm just sitting here after a fantastic evening walk. Excuse me, because I was drinking tea. I know. I thought I may be able to, go through uh, go through maybe all night, or not all night. I mean, pretty much half of the night. But after that walk, I mean, like a drunk guy, right there, way. I don't drink alcohol, so I'm sorry. This is the best way you can say closer to drunk. Okay, I don't drink alcohol, and what is in this is, it is I think Indian, yeah, it is Indian tea, not masala chai or anything. Indian tea with actually not almond milk or cashew milk or anything like that. It is coconut milk. This is, I bought the coconut milk in a can, and I had it sitting here, and I haven't used it for like maybe over a year. And I was like, why am I keeping this? I usually buy it to make when I actually make soup or some curry. In this, the things I make are really horrible, so it became very spicy. So what I do is, okay, I add this one to actually reduce the spiciness. Coconut milk. So this, I took that and I made tea, and it's pretty tasty. My mother told me it is very fatty, so it's not the best of the things to do if I am actually not on a regular diet. As I'm not on my regular diet, I'm on a very strict diet. My regular diet is like 5,000 calories a day, but on my regular diet, or my diet, I eat like 600 calories a day. It's pretty hard, okay? And I work out. Not a workout like, go into a gym or anything like that. Just to update what exactly is going on. What I do is I actually take a walk. I go to the mall, get a tea from there. That is one part of my, that's like pretty much, last couple of days I eat a coffee cake and a tea from Collectiva Coffee in Bayshore Mall. And I sit there, eat that, drink the tea. Today I didn't even finish the tea there. What I did was I took the tea and just walked. I walk outside and went to, by the time I reached the, I think near Boston store, my tea was out. No, I was out of the Boston store because the Boston store is falling apart. The store is completely closing. I kind of predicted this, last year around, not this time. This time I was not even working. Last year, by about July, August, I clearly told them, this is not going anywhere. Because that's another story. I will come back to that. Now, what I do is, okay, so I go to the lakeside from there. I went to the lakeside. There are plenty of people doing workouts, running and jogging, and children playing in the beach. So it's a fantastic environment, to be around, instead of a mall where people are busy. There are walkers in the mall too, in and outside the mall. But during this springtime, summertime, that is the best option you have. You can just go there, be with people who are doing some exercise, and my job, my thing is, many people are walkers too. They walk, but I think I need to get up into the trail. But instead of getting into the trail, I actually walk through the lakeside where most of the people are jogging. Then there are bikers. I have an option. I can rent a bike and ride the bike. That's another option, but I don't think I'm going to do any biking. I'm going to actually, keep with my. Today I walked like about an hour, 5 minutes. Went all the way around and came back, and it was pretty nice. I mean, I feel really good. And right after coming home, I have these dumbbells. Most people will get scared of that dumbbells. It's pretty heavy. One of them is actually about 20 pounds. I think 20 or 30. I think it is 20. Yeah, 10 plus 10, 20. Yeah, 20, I think it is 25 or 30. I think it is 30 pounds. I need to check that. But I think, yeah, it is 30 pounds because I had two weights. One of them is 10 pounds, the other one is 5 pounds each. So it should be 30 pounds each one. So I take that, and it is not a simple task, taking 30 pounds in my hand, one hand, 30 pounds in both hands, and I have, and go up and down, 30 pounds. Yeah, that will burn. That, I can feel, even now I can feel the burn in my hand, that's good. So I like doing that, so that I can, I feel like, singing a heavy metal song. So yeah, that's what I do. It's a very nice environment to go into that lakeside, and I know the crowd is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So that may actually kick me out into the other side of the lake. So I am actually to the marina and the beach, but I may go to the other side of the lakeside where I can easily walk. Not the opposite side of the lake. The lake is massive, so I need to go all the way to the south side of it. Now I'm on the north side of it, so it's very good. So yeah, this is not the actual blog. I was thinking of writing a blog, but I don't know. I think I may have to skip this blog writing for tomorrow morning because I'm going to really fall asleep. That's one of the good part because I fall asleep earlier. Last night was a little weird. Last night is the same way, even though I didn't really walk this much. But there was something else that was going on because I was making this idea of a poem. I might have to rearrange these things, and I released a poem called "The Curse of the Lonely Poet." And so, I have a weird feeling that something is wrong. Somebody is not feeling good. I want to really make that person feel good, but I don't know how to reach out to that person anymore. I have no idea. There is no connection outside of real life thing, and I cannot go and contact somebody in the middle of the night, and I don't even know where that person lives. So, but I had this feeling that person is not feeling good. I know when that happens, it is just something, that person is very unpleasant. So that is one of the reasons why I'm doing this show. I don't know whether this makes that person feel good or not. But whatever it is, I didn't really feel good about that person. That something was going on. I don't know. Maybe it's just a feeling. But most of the time when that happens, I know something is seriously wrong. So that. What is this show about? This show is about, like the Seinfeld insane. This show is about nothing. I didn't even name the show. I may name the show later. I don't have a poem to actually show you. I'm not going to really go on a weird scenario of making up things. One of the things I have seen was a meme, which was actually found on a website. Facebook. And Facebook, it is saying, it actually said this: don't take your life seriously. It's not that we are going to get out of it alive. And I kind of made a change. And that's what I'm going to actually say. If somebody asks me how is my life, right now what I will say is, my life is fantastic. It's one of the most beautiful things that is happening to me. And each and every part of my life, when I actually look back the timelines, at that time, given the circumstances, it is beautiful. That's what actually I will tell. My life is. I really wish some girl. There's a girl I like. I really wish she were the wife. Because I almost said the wife part. I know there will be a lot of people laughing. But my life is fantastic. Even though, according to many people, I just suck at living it. Really. But that is their viewpoint. You know why I claim that my life is the most beautiful thing in the world? Because I am 100% sure none of us are going to get out of it alive. So understand, each and every person, your life is the most beautiful thing that is happening to you. Each and every second of it, you are here. You may feel bad about certain things that is not happening or certain things that is happening. But those specific things that makes you feel bad, it is also the most beautiful thing that is happening to you on that given point. When you pass that point, and then you look back at it and you think, wasn't it beautiful that I gone through this bad situation, which is even at that time it should be making you feel bad. I have gone through that bad situation and now I'm here. I survived that. Isn't it beautiful to actually survive such a bad thing? Yes. The answer is yes. And for you, each and every person who have gone through it, I know many people go through really, really bad situations, death in family, death for loved ones, I heard recently somebody I have known long time back. Briefly, I mean, I don't know. I cannot say that, but I have known that person because I have met that person. Actually, I should say, I hardly talked to her, at that time. Long time. It's like 34 years back, and recently I saw her in a meeting in Chicago. People on Facebook actually may see me with my brother in a conference. And when I heard the name, I was like, oh, this is that person, I told my brother, she's a distant relative. And my brother went and asked her, and she said, yes, that is, and I was like, oh, it is, and she was like, it is very nice. I've heard about it's a small world. Now it became much more smaller, And my brother was saying she had gone through a big tragedy in her life in 2016 or something like that. She had a death occurring in her family, and her husband committed suicide, and gone through a lot of other situations. I really felt bad, when my brother actually told me all those things, but when that person is an example. I mean, she probably maybe older than me. She is older than me because I was only like 14 or 15. The girl was probably at the 16, 17 at that time. So, she had gone through her life, and still on that situation, on that specific, event, coming to that event and being there, and going through those situations one by one, making everybody, that is a community conference, inspiring people to do good. That is a thing, and those things, when you see, they have gone through all these struggles in their life, and even me, I myself have gone through many struggling situations, and right now I'm sitting here and I'm actually saying that I feel good, and when you can say that. Each and every person who is even struggling right now, who may be even sitting in a internet cafe somewhere in Eastern Europe or Western Europe, wherever it is, or India or Pakistan or something like that, who not feeling good, understand this moment, you are the most important person in your life. You may have children, you may have wives, you may have parents, you may have other relatives, they are all going through their own, that's their issue. Right now, at this point, you are the most important person in your life. Make that the first thing, okay? You are the most important person in your life. Then the moment you make yourself the most important person in your life, then you can get the other important things, who should make others feel important for themselves. So that's what you need to do. So that's a key. So that's what I was about to say, earlier today, I went to this Boston store that was really going through, liquidation right now. So the owners are pretty gone. The liquidators are the ones who decide, what percentage of discount, and they came and said 10% discount on everything. Some of them have 30%. I said, that's, you call it liquidation. I said, when it is 90% down, and I'll come and buy. But I was actually telling one of the ladies who works there, she's also from India. I told her, I am the luckiest man in the world. She said, if you are the luckiest man, and I said, I'm the luckiest person in the world. She said, if you are the luckiest person, I'm luckiest too. I said, no. As for me, I am the luckiest person in the world. You can be your own luckiest person in the world. Okay, that's your thing, not my thing. You may be second. When it comes to me, you may be the second luckiest person, or the third, or fourth, or fifth. I don't care. I don't care about that. I can't, because I have to care about myself. At this point of my life, this is what I'm going to actually tell you. I'm not going to care about what you are, who you are. I will make sure you will be the luckiest person for you in the world. You see, if I'm going to try to become the luckiest person in your world, then your world have got some serious issues. Okay, you gotta fix that. Don't make me that. Why I'm saying this is there are a lot of things in even recent events. There are things that are going, crunchy. At that time, I said, okay, unplug this. Detach from things. I don't have to take a stress of somebody else. Somebody else going through stressful situations. If that person don't want me to make them feel the luckiest person in the world, then I have to make sure that I am the luckiest person in the world right now. So that's the name of the show. I got the name of the show. I am the luckiest person in the world. I'm going to make that the luckiest person in the world. Okay, you understand now how I come up with things. Luckiest person, though, that's how I made a name. See, when I started, I didn't have a name, I didn't have anything. Now I'm actually speaking about the luck part. So, on another note, now we are coming out of that. The luckiest part of the things. You need to make yourself feel good. This is something which I talked in the weekend, to somebody during the weekend. I'm going to show you something. This is something very controversial. Some people don't accept it. Some people say it's all bogus. There are people even say these things are very evil. Okay, see this. It's called crystals healing. Okay, maybe I should bring it close to you. I think the name of the person is some Karen something. I don't really care who wrote this. And Karen Frazier. That's the name of the person. Okay, maybe one should get a copy of this. This is crystal healing for the heart and soul. Why I am saying crystal healing is, it is not going to heal you. Okay, you are going to heal yourself. Okay, I'm going to tell you what's going on. Let me take it. My juice. It's not my juice. I mean, it's my energy thing. Coconut milk tea, tasty. And I add brown sugar, not the regular sugar, brown sugar with Indian tea and coconut milk. Okay, what I'm coming down to is crystals. This weekend I went to Chicago, and when I went to Chicago, I took my sister-in-law's cousin and one of our friends' wife. I took them to Chicago, and the other lady was attending this conference, so I dropped her. Then my sister-in-law's cousin said, okay, why don't we go to some there is an exhibition, jewelry exhibition. I said, what am I supposed to do there? Anyway, I don't have it, because my friend Jessica, who was supposed to be there, whom I am supposed to meet her, because the entire family is leaving, so I thought, okay, I may meet them. They are moving out of Chicago. They are not Bears fans. They are not Cubs fans either. So they are no, it's not the reason. I think he got some different job or something like that. So he's moving. So she's also moving. So they actually came to Milwaukee. So I am actually on Chicago. So I was like, okay, now I have nobody to actually meet. I'm all by myself. So I said, oh yeah, I'll take you there. So I went there to this exhibition. It is I think Rosemont. That's the name of the place. I went there and I was watching this, and I was just walking through there, and they have these people selling these massive crystals. So I took one of these rose quartz, and I held it in my hand. And I know at that time, somebody was actually from my memory, I actually recollected. When you hold a specific, stone in your hand, and that stone becomes warmer very quickly, that means, okay, it is taking your energy. It's absorbing your energy. That's not good. That stone is not good for you. if you hold it for more than a minute and it's still feeling that little cold, that means it's not absorbing your energy. It's actually trying to give you energy. That's what this is about. A crystal will only do an energy transfer. It will give you energy. It will say, for example, you have negative energy around you, something called an aura of a person. Okay? And that aura is coming from energy. When you say energy, where is this energy coming from? First of all, scientifically speaking, where is this energy coming from? Your brain works with electrical energy. Electricity means positive and negative energy coming into your body, generated in your brain. So it generates that energy so that it can actually pump up the entire, make all the organs work, things like that. So that's what the brain does. So that energy is what we are talking. There are times when the negative part can actually spark more. So you have, the chemicals that getting in your body, in your mind, the chemicals that actually go through your heart and all those things, it becomes very negative. When you have that negative, you need to find a thing, a stone that actually makes you feel positive. So that means, okay, there are people who associate astrology, theology, other things along with this. Leave all that aside. Just take this crystal healing part and look through it and say, okay, what are the different situations when in a specific situation when you feel bad, what crystal is useful? See, that's what this book is about. And because why I'm saying is, okay, I was talking about this in another chat, and at that time, they were not believing me. They said, oh, it's all bogus, somebody gave me a link to a thing that says this crystal healing thing is, evil. It is by Satan. I said, okay, I have never heard about that kind of scenario. I said, if you say astrology is, evil, I will say, there were people who actually, worship these kind of planets and all things, that's not what I'm talking about. You see, even from specific planets, they actually emit their own, magnetic fields. So these magnetic fields are electricity anyway, and that comes in, and when that comes in and hits you, it depends on the position of the Earth and those planets. So it can have that impact, and it can also change the electromagnetic field, electromagnetic energy coming from the sun. Some of these planets can actually block it or divert it, things like that. So when that happens, it can have a negative effect. So some of these crystals can actually balance that and make it. It should be used as a balancer. You cannot use like too many crystals at the same time to create different scenarios. I don't know about that. I really don't know. Maybe you should do your own study about that. But from what I understand, these crystals can balance things. So you can bring that change that effect on you. So some people get specifically sick, and especially in the mind. Most of the things that goes on is depressing, mind. So what can actually bring you down? Say, for example, today I wanted to meet a person and really talk to a person. By the time I got out and reached there, most probably that person is going to, anyway, that person is not there. It was a girl. But so I'm not feeling disappointed by that, because it is that's what is there in today, and you need to accept that responsibility. I was late, and even though I was late, maybe she should have waited, but why she should have waited? There are hundreds of questions and answers. I can actually sit and within my me and my conscience, we can actually have a communication within us and decide, oh, okay, well, how can I make this positive? So in many negative scenarios which I have gone through, I have learned how to make a negative situation positive. So I went there. Now then I was like, there was this question that happened. I know I'm late. When I'm late, what is the possibility of even seeing her? I said, who am I to decide whether she is going to wait there or not, or she is going to be late? So, for example, what if something delayed her and she is there? So you start thinking in that positive way. So you need to put that positive energy in you. So even without holding a crystal in my hand, I can get that positive energy. So, but that takes a lot of training. That you need to go through multiple negative scenarios. There are situations where you know that it is going to become negative, and then you go there and try the positive thinking. That's how you make it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. You need a lot of time. Most of the people who are even watching this show, who are even unemployed, don't have time, because they have wife, kids, their, hookers, mistresses, gay partners, things like that. All these things that they have multiple situations, and then there are children who are looking up at them, Dad, you were getting another man. I know who is going to get offended by this. That is the funniest situation I have ever seen in my life. It happened, I'm not going to name anything, I'm not going to say anything, but it happened, okay? And I started laughing. Understand, it's not me who that guy kissed. He kissed another guy. I mean, it was for the fun of doing it. Unfortunately, the kid was right there. Saying, Dad, you kissed another man. I was like, oh shit. But that person, whoever that is, I know, going to come out and kill me. He was not in the closet. He never got into the closet. He don't even know where is the closet. But the thing is, this whole thing, in the same way, so you need to, you have many problems, that actually takes you away from figuring out how to tackle your emotions, tackle your feelings. That's my point. You need to come to that point where you tackle these situations. You one-on-one, you deal with it. Don't run away from it. Even if you run away from it, you are not going anywhere, because it's going to bring you right back to where you were, and you are going to eventually figure out, oh shit, man, this is not where I wanted to be. You are going to come back to it. But some people don't say, okay, we don't have time because we have too many things attached to us. That's where I'm going to connect back to. I told you earlier, you are the most important person in your life. Do not give importance to others. Love others. Just because you love another person doesn't necessarily mean you have to make that person the most important person in your life. Okay? Another person is required to complete you, like Jerry Maguire famous saying, you complete me. Yes, I totally agree with that, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to give your importance to yourself to that person and take that person and make them the most important. That's not love. That's submission. You only submit yourself to God. You don't submit yourself to your partner. I use the word partner because I was asked, okay, to use that because there are gay people too, and lesbian people who watches this show. So with respect to them, I'm actually giving them that opportunity, to your partner. Don't give that importance to your partner. You need to give your importance to you. Then you can make another person feel very important to themselves. That's where success is, because so far you are submissive, and one point you realize, okay, I am submissive to this person in many ways, but I am not getting what I want. What do I want? When I am submitting to another person, that person should be submitting to me. Then only eventually it becomes two people submitting to each other, and eventually there's a point at which everything is going to really, really explode. It is like a volcano that is actually growing and growing and growing, and eventually boom, it comes out. So then there is a point at which I am not going to do this anymore. No, that's not what you should do. That's what I could see in hundreds of relationships I know. Okay, those relationships really broken apart because of this massive submissiveness. That's not the way life should be. Life, how it really, really is going to be successful is, okay, I'm coming back to a point they're saying, I'm coming back where you should make yourself the important person in your life and make sure you make another person important in their life. Two people have two different lives. They coming together and living those two lives is going to make a successful relationship. That is the key. How many relationships I have successfully lived? See this? Because the thing is, not because of this. I never got the circumstances to connect my life to another life. I never got. I tried offline, a relationship. I tried, online. That didn't work. And even now I'm trying to connect my life to another life, but that life is not just. It's very elusive, and so I'm a little too old to run after. So even though I feel I'm going to be very honest in this. I know maybe that person sees the show or not. I'm going to be very honest. Here's a key into this. Okay, the person I'm dealing with is about 22, 23 years younger than me. Because of that age difference, I have a difficulty in coming and telling that girl. I'm coming and or going and telling that girl, that I like that girl and I would like to have much more of a communication to know her, because I really don't know the details about that person's interest, whether that person is interested in me or not. This doesn't necessarily mean that I'm tongue twisted or anything like that in front of her. My problem really is, I really, honestly, sincerely, even if I never talk to that person, I don't want to really hurt that person. See, that is my key. See, if I am actually changing a relationship status from, say, going like this into a friendly relationship, and I'm going to take it around and completely twist it around into a romantic relationship, I don't want that person to feel bad that this was my intention from the beginning itself. But it looks like, we both are probably hurting each other by ourselves, because of all this elusive behavior from her. That is a common thing every girl does. But the thing is, she's expecting me to run after her, and I'm not going to do that. And I told I'm not going to do this, because this is not what I want to do. I really don't. It's not because I don't have time. I have a lot of time, but that's not what I want to do. I want to really sit and talk with this person, this girl, and see, if there is a relationship really even possible, because we haven't even reached that point yet. So that's a reality. But many people, it's not me. For people of my age who are single, even now single, there are people who are going through the same situation, because there is one problem I have faced is, okay, last 2016, I have gone through a situation where I'm actually looking at different corners of relationships. At that time I was in the dating market. To be very, very honest with you, the girls who were available at that time are either much more older than me. I cannot call them girls; they are women. But they are very good women, much more older than me, looking for just a casual relationship. And I said, okay, I'm not into it. I'm not into casual, because I already have done a lot of casual relationship things. I'm not going to go into the details of those things, that they talked. Then there were others whom I met. They are too young. They are too young. One girl I have, met, who totally lied to me. My friend met her on an app. It's called Tinder or something like that. I haven't used it. I think it is Tinder. Set me up with this girl. He said, okay, this is a girl, and she lied to her to totally in that her age. She said she's 31 years old. When I met her, I was like, whoa, this girl is very, very young. I said, how old are you? Even she's like, I'm old, and you don't like me at all. I said, okay, no. The question really is, honey, you should tell me what is your age, because you look like a high schooler. That's what I do. She said, no, I'm not in high school. I said, what is your age? She said, 18 and a half. And I was like, now what? What am I supposed to do with her? I said, if you are looking for I'm really looking for a serious relationship. This is not what I am looking for. I was very honest. I took her, bought her, a fantastic dinner. I took her for a movie. Actually, on a second time, I took her for a movie, because that movie was planned. I went for the dinner, then another day, and at that time I said, I'm going for this movie. She said, he said, okay, if I come with you. I said, no, I have no problem with that. Because I decided, we talked through it and decided, okay, we are not going to have any relationship. So, that was another problem at that time. I felt either they are too young or they are too old. Nothing I can connect to, even it comes to, around my age. So, somebody actually told me, Riaz, understand this, you're 45 years old, okay? you can't. You're 46. I mean, you can't ask for a lady who is 46 years old. You cannot have a really serious relationship with a 46-year-old woman. I said, how about 36 or 30 or maybe then we and it was a very good conversation with one of my very very close friends, Joe. Joe is no longer in Wisconsin. I cannot say I almost said Joe no longer with us. No, Joe is there in the other chat. He watches the show. I haven't really talked to him, because he had some bad feelings about something that is going on. He don't want to share with me. So let him go through all that. He'll be back. Joe is a fantastic guy. One of the best conversation I had with both Joe and his wife. They were broken up, they were splitting, but they both actually sat with me. They were very realistically telling me, you should be looking at somebody who is in between 25 and 30, because that is your realistic relationship expectation should be, because even a lady who is beyond 30 may not be available. That is, and it's not the may not be available. I tried. Joe tried to set me up. Joe is the one who tried to set me up on the Tinder. And a couple of others also actually really tried to set me up with ladies of a very very young age, and unfortunately it just doesn't work. It just collapses on its own. So that's where I came out and said, okay, yeah, I cannot. Then the blast from the past came. The blast from the past came from like 2014. Somebody I saw. I was like, okay, yeah, let me try this. But that is now going through the same position, same point. Back, But you know what? I feel I'm the luckiest man alive. That's the thing. I'm the luckiest person in the world for my world. But I really wish I had a poem for you all. Now we are at 36 minutes. I thought of going to 45. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, because last time I had a poem to actually present. This time I don't have a poem. I am not going to present a poem. I'm going to just give you this. This, if you call it crap, that's crap. It is in my page anyway. It is in lonelypoet.org. If you want, you can watch it. I may really really record it into. The last 2-3 files I haven't even uploaded into Facebook. I'm not Facebook. I mean YouTube. I may do that and later tonight, and I'm going to honestly I feel really tired deep inside me. I'm showing you a happy face, I'm showing you a very energetic face. This is I'm taking everything I can and putting in front of you, because I had a long walk. Usually when I actually go to this thing, I have a 20-minute walk to the stadium, and then sit there, watch about 3 hours, then 20-minute walk back. So that's okay. This one in one single shot, I'm going. Yesterday was like what, 29 minutes. Today it went to more than an hour. I was like, ooh, I felt good. Very 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 nice. Many people of my caliber, I don't know what, they may be younger or older, I don't know. They were all running and walking and doing things. It's very fascinating. Some people in and around Milwaukee or even Chicago go to the lakeside. And just take a walk around. And there is a game going on right now. Brewers were leading 5-1. So that's when I stopped and said, okay, yeah, Lawrence okay, hit the home run. So until the Brewers are back, I'll be walking around the lake. Otherwise, I'll be cool. I'm working on the other poem, the set of things which I'm writing. I'm working on it. I kind of stopped it in between, and the stop is going to come. Mandatory stop will be coming in on probably May 15th or 16th. Everything comes to a grinding halt. So, but I will keep the ideas all written down. What should I work on by the time I come back after the 1 month break, Ramadan break. During Ramadan, I don't think I will be doing a lot of shows, but I will keep this. I want to keep this alive. I want to keep the lonelypoet.org. I don't want to discard it. I don't want to. I didn't do it for a couple of days. I took a blog break. Most people who know me, they know what is blog break. I need to tell that on Facebook. That I am on a break and I'm coming. The blog break is over. So yeah, I really wish I had this ability to actually share things. One beautiful picture. Let me see if I can pull this one up. Yeah, it's still this one. I may have to delete this. Yeah, I will delete this and watch. Okay, add files. Now I don't know what file I added where. Oh my god. There are like hundreds of files here. I think I named the poem. No, it is. Now you guys are not seeing me, so I will keep on talking, so that once I search my libraries, pictures, I don't want to bring my, I don't want to cancel the show by bringing the picture of the girl I like, Oh, that was the most horrible thing I have done, she would have killed me. It's not just, suing me or anything like that for this thing. She would have definitely killed me. T. The whistle of the wind. I didn't get that. So, yeah, I wanted to show you a picture. It was a beautiful picture though. But I think it is sitting in my Ubuntu. I think so, yeah. I don't see it here. But this is where I downloaded the other pictures. I don't see it. Oh, strange. Yeah, I think I downloaded it again into Ubuntu and maybe, but I thought I pulled it out of it. Let me see it. The problem really is, these things really act bad. This Windows thing, it kind of gives you takes you for a ride. That's what exactly it does. No, I don't see it. Wow. I have pictures from 2009 in this. Okay, this is a picture I'm going to actually show you. A picture of a person. Even though that person is, I don't even know whether this person is currently alive or not. There. She, Rihanna Sanders. Okay? This is the unbelievably beautiful girl. Why am I showing this picture? If anybody have found this girl, you ever see this girl, tell her, I have no anger to her. She's the one who came and called, Jackie all the names and everything, I have no idea why would she do this. She probably was drunk or drugged or anything like that. But I needed to kick her out because, unbelievably bad language and things like that were going on, and I kicked her. I kicked her out. And this is that girl. This is her picture, and she removed that picture from there. Before that, she decided to actually insult people. See, here's the thing. The one thing I don't like is, people can actually go and be angry at others and things like that. Even I get angry at others. I call people names, but insulting a person based on their personal disabilities, that is very, very bad. You can be angry at a person. You can, to a great extent, when you're angry, what you do is you offend others. That's what either you are offended by something or you offend others. Even many people have called me things, try to offend me. I don't get really offended that fast. Especially I have trained, all you guys really help me to control my anger, even though there are times when I myself, you can see some of my videos, I explode, into a show. Yeah, that happens. That happens to everyone. That anger is a human emotion. And, human feeling, based on feelings, it's an outburst of emotions. And without that, there is no human being. You are not a human if you are not angry. If you don't, but some people actually know how to control their anger. And man, I know a couple of one of my friend Nitin. He was a very, very, very even if he's drunk, he won't get angry. He knows how to control that. I really, really learned a lot from him too. So another these folks who helped me out with the anger. I said, oh, okay, you're going out of bounds right now. In the same way, I'm actually telling whatever I learned from my learning. You see, the main thing you don't do is when you're angry, you should always think that that this person you may not really ever talk to this person, but this person at one or the other point is going to get an upper hand over you if you insult that person. Because that's what God always tells you. If you oppress somebody, I'm going to make that an oppressor over you. So don't oppress others. Even as verbal insult on others is an oppression, an act of oppression. That's why I really don't insult others. Right now, even though I have called people names, bad names, other things, blah 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 blah, I say, but when it comes to that personal insult, it's pretty bad. And I have to stop this show as soon as possible and go eat something because my stomach is actually making. Gotta go, guys. It was fantastic talking. Coming again to and doing the show. I took a couple of days off. I thought I would do a show from Chicago if I'm just hanging out here and there, but that didn't happen in Chicago. I was with my sister-in-law's cousin. She's like my own sister. She takes care of me. My mother told her, you should take care of him like you take care of your brother. And her brother actually laughed. He never took care of me. You are that size, dude. But right now that's what it is. Even one Sunday I was there. Our youngest son is like becoming a teenager. It's like after a couple of 2-3 years, they all will be gone. I said, yeah, then I'm your kid. When she cooks for me, whenever they are free, we just go hang out together. It's been amazing people. So that's what things are, and I will come back with some old poems and probably a new poem. Maybe I will do a live show. Let me see if I can record it properly. I will be doing it in Ubuntu. And if I can edit that recording, things like that, I will do that and make sure. Because some part maybe it will be dragging because I'll be talking. I don't want that too much of talking coming in when I'm actually going into the final draft of a poem, or not the final draft. I should not say final draft, the final version of a poem, because the first drafts are already written. So when I go into that mode, there will be a lot of talking, editing, things like that. But some editing part I will keep it so that you know how I edit my own work. But when it comes to that over talk and the overwriting part, probably I may edit some part of it out so that we can bring it all down to maybe about 45-minute to 50-minute show. Right now I am about 47 minutes. I was thinking at 36, how am I going to reach 45? Now I have gone over. So that's it. It was a fantastic time, and I would love to hear your viewpoints about what is going on with you when it comes to the luckiest person in the world. Try your things, try this, what I said, watch the show again, maybe again, and probably another time to understand what exactly I'm trying to say as to making you an important person, to bring you to the point where you can say, I am the luckiest person in the world. Have a fantastic night. Bye-bye.